Hello, my name is Reverend Todd Boling, and I'm the Senior Associate Chaplain in the Office of Religious and Spiritual Life here at TCU. And this is our fifth and final video in our virtual Enneagram workshop experience. In our final video today, we're going to be talking about the wings, the arrows within the Enneagram, and the instincts for each type as well. So let's begin today by looking at our wings. Wings are important because they help us identify where you fall on the Enneagram with relation to your dominant type. If you're a type 1, you're going to have a 9-wing or a 2-wing. If you're a type 2, you will have a 1-wing or a 3-wing. If you're a type 3, you will have a 2-wing or a 4-wing, and so on and so forth around the Enneagram. It's important for you to know that you will never have a wing that isn't adjacent to your core personality type. For example, if you're a type 1, you're never going to have a 5-wing or an 8-wing. You will always have a 9-wing or a 2-wing. It's important to note that sometimes the wings are so dominant for people that they present more as their subtype than their actual type. For example, if you're a 1 with a 2-wing and you have a strong 2-wing, you may not look like a pure 1. The difference here is that you're going to want to help not because you want to be needed, you're going to want to help because it's the right thing to do. And this is the way subtypes work. They're a combination of two types merging into one. Sometimes you're going to look at your individual types and you'll recognize I really am a pure 1 or a pure 2, meaning that the majority of the attributes of that type are true for you, and your wings are probably less significant or less strong, which again helps us identify where you fall on the circle. The arrows within the Enneagram are also important. You'll notice 2 arrows inside of the Enneagram extending from each type. One arrow highlights where you go in stress, while the other arrow highlights where you go in health and integration. Type 1s take on unhealthy attributes of type 4 in stress, and healthy attributes of type 7 in health. Types 2 take on unhealthy attributes of type 8 in stress, and healthy attributes of type 4 in health. Type 3s take on unhealthy attributes of type 9 in stress, and healthy attributes of type 6 in health. Type 4s will take on unhealthy attributes of type 2 in stress, and healthy attributes of type 1 in health. Type 5s take on unhealthy attributes of type 7 in stress, and healthy attributes of type 8 in health. Type 6 will take on unhealthy attributes of type 3 in moments of stress, and healthy attributes of type 9 in healthier moments. Type 7s will take on unhealthy attributes of type 1 in stress, and healthy attributes of type 5 in health. Type 8s will take on unhealthy attributes of type 5 in stress, and healthy attributes of type 2 in health. And finally, type 9s will take on unhealthy attributes of type 6 in stress, and healthy attributes of type 3 in health. Instincts also play an important role in understanding yourself. There are 3 instincts, and each individual person will have one of those instincts as their dominant instinct. First, we have the self-preservation instinct. People with this instinct are hardwired to preserve the well-being of their body and their person. Next, we have the sexual or intimate instinct. People with this instinct are hardwired to focus on the connection between themselves and others. And third, we have the social instinct. People with this instinct are hardwired to adapt themselves to serve the needs of any social situation they find themselves within. It's important to remember that no one instinct is specific to any one type. As we conclude our time together today, I want to say thank you for joining me through this workshop experience. I hope that it's been helpful to you and that you've learned things about yourself that can be helpful to you as you move forward. And I think that's important to know, that whenever you engage something like this, that there's always more learning to do. There's always something to discover about yourself that you didn't know before. If you'd like to take an assessment or learn more about the 9 types or how those types interact, you can find a link in the workshop description that will allow you to visit a website where you can learn more about those things. But thank you again for joining us. Thank you for letting us share with you a little bit more about the Enneagram and how it can be helpful to you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be well.